There's a specific kind of pain that doesn't have a name in most languages. It's not grief, because grief means you lost someone. It's not abandonment, because that word feels too loud for something this quiet. It's the ache of growing up in a world that was built for families, and realizing early on that yours wasn't coming. No one taught you how to carry that, so you just did. And you've been carrying it ever since.
People think the hardest part of growing up without parents is the obvious stuff. The empty chair on Parents' Day at school, the forms that ask for a guardian's signature, your birthday coming and going like any other Tuesday. No cake, no call, no one who even remembered. And the most heartbreaking part, after a while, you stopped expecting them to. You just woke up, looked at the date, and kept moving. Because somewhere along the way, you taught yourself that your special days weren't special to anyone else. So they stopped feeling special to you, too. The moments everyone else takes for granted. Someone waiting up for you, someone asking how your day went, someone just being there. But those moments, as painful as they are, those aren't actually the deepest wound. The deepest wound is invisible. It's the story you told yourself to make sense of it all. Because a child's brain cannot process, my parent left, or my parent wasn't there, without turning it inward, without arriving, quietly, privately, devastatingly, at one conclusion. Maybe I was the reason. That thought, that single, silent thought, that is where the wound lives. And it doesn't matter how old you are now. It doesn't matter how much therapy you've done, or how many books you've read, or how well you've built your life. Some part of you, some small, young part, is still waiting for an explanation that will never come.
Psychologists call it attachment disruption. When the first people who were supposed to be your safe place weren't, your entire nervous system rewrites its rules, and those rules follow you everywhere. You become fiercely independent, not because you're strong, although you are, but because needing people once cost you everything, so you stopped needing them. You watch other people receive love easily, effortlessly, and you sit there wondering why it feels so foreign to you. Why, when someone gets too close, something in you pulls back, shuts down, goes cold. It's not you being difficult. It's your nervous system doing exactly what it learned to do. Protect yourself before they leave. Because in your experience, they always leave. And here's the part that breaks my heart the most about this. You never got angry. Not really. Not the way you deserve to. Instead, you got quiet. You got self-sufficient. You got fine. Because being angry at someone who wasn't there felt pointless, and being sad felt like weakness. So you became functional, capable, unbreakable on the outside, while something very, very young stayed broken on the inside. This is where it shows up most. You fall hard for people who feel just out of reach, who are inconsistent, who give you just enough to hold on to, but never fully show up. And before you judge yourself for that, understand this. Inconsistency feels like home, because home was inconsistent. Warmth followed by absence, presence followed by disappearing. That push and pull, your nervous system recognizes it. It feels like love because it's the closest pattern to what you first knew. Stable love, consistent love, showing up every single day love, that feels suspicious, too good, like it can't possibly last. So you wait for it to end. You test it. You push it away before it gets the chance to leave on its own. And sometimes the loneliest moment of all isn't being alone. It's being loved and still feeling completely unreachable. Like there is glass between you and every person who tries to get close. You can see them, they can see you, but nobody can get through.
What happened to you was not a reflection of your worth. I need you to hear that again. What happened to you was not a reflection of your worth. You were a child. Children do not get abandoned because they are unlovable. They get abandoned because the adults in their lives were broken in ways that had absolutely nothing to do with you. The explanation you needed never came, and I am so sorry for that. But that story, the one that says you were too much, or not enough, or somehow the reason, that story is a lie your child brain invented because the truth was too heavy to hold. The truth is simpler and harder. Some people weren't capable of staying, and you deserved someone who was. You still do. You are allowed to grieve the parents you never had, even if you never knew them, even if they're still alive, even if everyone around you thinks you should be over it by now. Grief has no deadline, and neither does healing.
That child who grew up without a hand to hold, who learned to fall asleep without someone checking on them, who figured out the world alone in the dark before they were ready. They were never the problem. They were just never given what they deserved. And it's okay to still feel that.